Hey there everybody, this is Andy aka Montolio, and we are here in the Classic Quarter Qualifier number 3 quarterfinals, and we are up against Affinity, which is piloted by the thewoof2. And this is unfortunate that I've run into Affinity 4 times so far in this tournament. I actually played it out 3 times and have been successful twice against it, which is a pretty good record considering the difficulty that MUD has had with Affinity in the past. So we said it last time, and we're going to say it again. Let's hope we can get lightning to strike twice here, and yeah, see if we can actually get to the finals of this tournament. But let's take a quick look at the Affinity deck for those of you who are not familiar with it. Basically, the whole point of this deck is it's extremely fast aggro deck. It basically belches out its hand as fast as it can. It's got a lot of little piddlywinks here, and Memnites and Signal Pests, and these are powered out by Skull Clamp, and Ravagers are the 2 big engines in the deck, and can lock you down with things like Tangle Wires. So lots of big game with the Overseers making their small guys bigger. I think the biggest threat that this deck poses for me is obviously it's extreme speed. So what we're looking for out of him is just a fair start. Would be extremely lucky to get a slow start out of him, but if he's fair and he doesn't explode on me, I think we've got a pretty good chance. But more or less, the nut hand for Affinity, no deck is beating this in the metagame right now. So in addition to that, a big card that we want to avoid is Phyrexian Revoker, because it shuts off our combo, which is perhaps our best way to kill him. And for us, the best way we're going to get him is by winning the die roll is going to be paramount for us, as well as having an excellent opener for us. If we can get into something like a workshop, right into a Metalworker turn 1, or with the staff in hand, that can be really good, because it basically forces him to have the Revoker in hand or post board one of his 2 dismembers to kill it. Or Trinisphere is also very powerful turn 1 play, as long as we've got land to back it up after potentially our workshop getting wastelanded, which is always a good play. In addition to that, we also have main deck Wormcoil and Hellkite. Both are basically our best chance outside of the Metalworker staff combo to beat Affinity. We've also got 1 extra Wormcoil post board, and as well as an additional duplicant, meaning 2 post board, which is kind of shady, but it allows us to, it's our only way outside of the Ratchet Bomb to remove his Revokers. If we actually have the combo on table and he's feeling like he's feeling safe with the Revoker on the table, we can get rid of that and combo out, hopefully. And also we've got our Chalices, which are quite strong at all 3 of 0, 1, and 2 against them. So yeah, let's see how this goes, guys, and yeah, hopefully we can find ourselves in the finals today. Okay, so here we go. Quarterfinals are underway. I am hoping for a good hand here. So we've got a pretty mediocre hand. We did not do well there in the sense that we didn't win the die roll or get a great hand, but I'm actually thinking I am going to mulligan this hand. It just really doesn't have anything for us. We're not seeing any really early plays here of any significance. And also the Ancient Tombs are definitely a detractor here. We don't want to be losing early damage unless we absolutely have to. So I think I am going to mulligan this. And this is definitely not a good hand either, but I don't think I can ship it. So problem is this just doesn't do anything for us either here. We can just be completely bombarded. I mean, my factories can hold down the ground for a little bit here. We do have a staff, which is next to useless in this situation. very difficult. Going down to 5 is just so very bad. I think I'm just going to hold here. Hopefully he'll just try a land disruption type package against me, and hopefully he doesn't explode on us. So, okay, pretty fast start. Oh, Trinisphere is actually pretty good for us here. I am going to actually take away his factory here. It definitely slows me down, but that was not a great start for him. And if we can get down one of these Mishra factories, just one even can hold the army that he has there. So we'll just hope he doesn't have any other land. And what would also be very nice for us is to be able to get into our own Mishra's workshop. So we can, always got 2. Okay, so not even an issue here. Okay, so I mean, definitely not a great start from the Wolf. So I guess what our plan is here right now is I'm probably just going to play out a factory here, and then next turn I'll play a tomb, get a metalworker out there, and hopefully we can combo out here. That would be ideal. So let's try that. I mean, we didn't see a revoker last turn, and I'm almost sure if he had a revoker, he would have played it. Because, I mean, it just, he knows not exactly what to name in the metalworker. And it's an additional 2 damage that he can beat down with, so. I'm very curious what's in his hand, though, because he does have 4 cards. And he hasn't been casting anything, so. Let's just hope he doesn't do anything here. It gives us a fighting chance. Double workshop, okay. Wow. So this definitely hurts us here in a big way. Yeah, so we have a chance here. I mean, we're going to have to hope that the metalworker, let's hope we draw an artifact here. And if not here, in the next turn, and he doesn't, yeah, we need to peel back-to-back artifacts, basically. And there's a pretty good start. And let's hope that he's got nothing for it. So, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts here, but if he doesn't get us with a revoker here, and we peel an artifact in our next draw, I think we win. And if either of those intangibles do not happen, as in he plays a revoker, we're dead. Or if we don't draw an artifact, we're dead. So he's thinking long and hard about this here, which leads me to believe that he does not have a revoker, because if he did, I think the play would be relatively straightforward. So, as suspected. So, artifact here, please. Yes! We got the combo. I think what our plan is going to be here is, you know, spheres become much worse when you're on the draw versus on the play. So I'm going to take out Thorn over the Sphere of Resistance. The reason being is the Thorns do not hit as much as the spheres do. Like the spheres will impact his creatures, which there's 25 of them in his deck. So I think that's going to be my route. And I'm actually going to take out the Crucible of Worlds because they're for much later game, and typically you don't get there versus Affinity that way. So we're going to bring in a Werecoil, a Triskelion. I'm bringing in the second Duplicant strictly for the reason of being able to remove Revokers, or in the event that he does go all in somehow with the Ravager and he's got it on one creature, I can remove that. As well as a couple Precursors, which are basically the only way he can remove those is with his two Dismembers. Yeah, he's got two Dismembers, and he's also got a couple Ratchet Bombs as well. I forgot about, but I'm not sure if he actually sides them. So yeah, we'll take this in and we'll see how it goes. So I'm not crazy about this hand here. We can't actually do anything in the early game, which is unfortunate. It will take me 2 turns to get down a Sphere of Resistance here, which just seems really bad against him. I do have the Factory early here, though. Yeah, I kind of feel like we're going to have to mulligan this one. There's just not enough action. And this is pretty bad, too. Just not quite sure how we keep this here. I think we got to go down one more here. Really bad, I know. Okay. It's unfortunate we had to do that, but hopefully Chris will have a little bit of a fair start here for us. Okay, that's always troublesome. So he's just going in here with the Skull Clamp. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to... This is an interesting decision for us here because Chalice on 0 is surprisingly good against his deck. He doesn't have that many creatures at 0. He's already used one of them. He still has 3 Memnites left. He's also got a Mana Crypt and a couple Opals, but they're the easiest for him to use the Skull Clamp on. 1 casting cost, all he has is Signal Pests to sacrifice. So there's a couple options we have here. I could actually try and hold the Chalice here, setting it at 2 is the best spot to get because it gets the Arcabound Ravagers and the Revokers and the Overseers, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to wait that long. I mean, the only reason that I really like setting it at 1 is to be able to get the Skull Clamp, which is already on the table. But if I play it now, I can't use Revoker or something. Well, maybe we just Tangle Wire here and set the Chalice at 0. And it's not great, but it's not bad either. So we can try that, and the question is, do I just actually do this here? Because next turn I will have, I can do 2. Let's hold out. I just think at this stage in the game it's just not worth actually playing the Chalice at 0. I mean, if he gets a Memnite out, yeah, it's good, but just strictly for the ability to sack it to the Skull Clamp. But so this may be a Revoker here. Okay, let's So the Genesis chamber. So we're obviously not in a very good place here. I mean, we're tapping down all our stuff. That's actually pretty good for us. Fortunately, there's not much we can do. Let's just hope that the wire gets him here, because next turn I'm going to be able to set my chalice at 2, which is pretty good. I could set it at 1 here right now, but I prefer not to do that, I think. I mean, the reality is he's still got 5 cards in his hand, so I don't think there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do. He's probably got a land, but this might be the best route. And we can hope. Oh, I forgot he can tap the Genesis chamber down. That's unfortunate. I thought I did his lands for sure. Alright, Ravager's a pretty good one. Another Skull Clamp. Well, let's hope we top into a Worm Coil Engine, or Triskelion actually would be quite great here for us as well. Ooh, Hellkite. That is a good one to draw. There's no doubt about that. Especially since we're going to be able to cast it. I mean, maybe I should just set that Chalice. Maybe I should just play it really safe and set the Chalice here. I just feel like Hellkite is such a powerful card against him. I think I am going to just go with the Hellkite here. I mean, this could get degenerate. Tough decision, because this Hellkite is going to be able to, if it's unmolested, is going to be able to wipe out all his things. Where I worry about is something like a Dismember. Dismember is really good against me. But by shutting down all his 2 casters, I take away Revoker, I take away for the Genesis Chambers, I take away any Ravagers, and I take away Overseers. But these Hellkites are really going to wreak havoc. I think I'm going to play the Chalice here. I think I have enough time to do it. Chalice at 2, that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, which is nothing great. Another option here too is if he actually does get a Revoker down, I can actually Metamorph him next turn. Oh, that might have, you know what else I forgot about too was Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb can be a problem for us here. Very difficult, you know, you don't know what the right play is. You know, there's so many little nuances against this deck. Okay, Lodestone is definitely a good one. He's got a Pestermite here too. Okay. Okay, this is getting scary here. I'm gonna have to remove those signal pests, I think. Be interesting to see if he just sacrifices here. Makes me wish I had actually played the Hellkite here, but we are definitely in trouble in this match because I think it's very, very likely that he's got a Revoker. Oh, Triskelion's a good one. Triskelion's a really good one. I think the first thing I'm going to cast is a Hellkite here. 3, 4, 5, 6. That will give me 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. So I can cast that for 3. 9, 10. I've got 10 mana, which is not quite enough. So I could actually do a Triskelion and a Metamorph. Or I can do the Hellkite and the Metamorph. Triskelion will take out this. So I do have to watch the Ravager here, but I think what I'm going to do... I mean, this thing comes in and it's just not good for me. I think the Hellkite is the way to go here. He would have to do an awful lot of damage to me to kill me this turn, I think. Yeah, I mean, he's just dead on a swing back next turn. Okay. No, he's going to have a lot of mana. If I take these creatures away, can he kill me, right? He's going to get, like, what? He could probably draw... Maybe play another 3 or 4 creatures. Should give me 8. 12. Which he could actually kill me. And I can actually pump for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which will actually kill him if he uses a tomb. Very difficult, very, very difficult here. Do I actually go for the double Hellkite, or do I Triskelion him and take away all his creatures here, limiting what he can get off his Gaia's Cradle? Well, I can't actually even cast as Triskelion at this stage in the game, so the choice is being made for me. Yeah, hopefully we can survive this hit, because this is going to be a tough one for us. Because he's probably going to go buck nutty on us here. Let's just hope this Chalice is really good at 2 here. Okay, so we got a Dismember. Putting down a 6. Does he have another one, is the question. Because we can still kill him here. And it's good that he actually used his Gaia's Cradle here. Oh, he does have 2. Okay. So he's at 2 life. So we can still kill him next turn if we can survive this hit. And hopefully he does not put it on Triskelion. So can we survive? No. So close. Okay, we didn't get through that one. I really thought we were actually going to pull that out there. We were in a very good position considering we mulliganed to 5 there. So I think if we can ever get ourselves a full mitt and have a good draw, we're going to be in pretty good shape here. So we are on the play here, but I don't think I'm really going to change anything here. I think we're just going to go in just like this. We would like to play first, please. So, pretty interesting here. So we can't actually get a Metalworker out. So the question is do we Chalice at 0 and 1 here? I mean, his deck is still very powerful with the twos coming out, but because we don't have any early play here, I definitely think I'm keeping this hand. Let's see what he's got. I mean, I think we set Chalice at 0, and I think we set it at 1. And try and contest with any 2-drops that he has. I mean, if I could play out a turn 1 Metalworker, it might be enough to make me sit back, but taking away the speed of this deck is pretty important. So now the question is do we actually wait to get a Metalworker and get this thing down on 2? I think we just take away his Skull Clamps. I mean, it's important to do. We saw the power of the Skull Clamp there in that game, and that's what that deck does. So this might have been a little bit of a shady keep, but hopefully it slows him down and he doesn't have a workshop. Nope, didn't say good luck here. Good luck. We're playing more of a control element this third game, which is not necessarily the best against Affinity, but hopefully we can draw into some of our power. And as you can see, he does have the workshop here, which is problematic, but hopefully it was enough. So very rare you don't see a play out of Affinity there, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now the question lies here, do I get a Tangle Wire down? I think I do. Tangle Wire could be pretty good against him here. And we'll just hopefully we can get into one of our big guys here and just tie him down. Obviously those chalices were pretty good, and if he was relying on exploding with artifact mana and stuff, then he's got another workshop here. Once again, no play out of him. So let's get a worm coil. That would be the most ideal thing to get. And that's exactly what we ripped. So I'm pretty happy about that. We will lead out with a worm coil here. And hopefully that's enough for us to win it, because the Tangle Wire could be pretty darn good here. And hopefully he misses on land here. Okay, so Wasteland is fine. We're not worried about that. Metamorph. pretty good. I think we will attack in here. Ship turn. So what we want to draw here is another tangle wire, a metamorph, hellkite, Triskelion, another worm coil. Didn't get that, but we did get the chalice at 2 here, which is pretty darn good. So 2, 3, 4. Yeah, unfortunately we were going to have to give up an attack with the worm coil here, but we're going to give him a little bit of land to work with here. But now we haven't seen any 2-drops out of him either. But this is without a doubt, I think, the right line of play. Okay, now we get the chalice at 2, which effectively this leaves them with lodestones and frog mites. So I think I am going to take away one of his workshops here. And yeah, we will just pass turn. And you know, if he doesn't do something here, we should have it. Now he could have a double dismember to get rid of the worm coil, but that will not stop the attack back at the 2 tokens. So yeah, let's hope that this is enough here. So yeah, that's great. He's casting into my chalice here. Yeah. Yeah, really ridiculous opener for sure. Anyways, guys, looks like we're off to the final. Let's just tack in here. There you go, we're there.